For centuries, we've looked at the night sky and wondered, are we alone? Each star we see could be a sun, each with its own planets. And maybe on one of them, something is looking back. The question of whether life exists beyond Earth is one of the oldest and most profound in human history. It defines who we are and where we came from. And for the first time in history, we may be close to answering it. Everything we know about life begins with Earth. Here, life emerged from a swirl of chemistry, energy, and time. It took billions of years for the first simple cells to form, evolve, and eventually give rise to thinking creatures who could ask these questions. If life can arise here under the right conditions, why not elsewhere? The universe is vast, unimaginably vast. There are more stars in the observable universe than grains of sand on all the beaches on Earth. And if even a fraction of those stars have planets, the odds begin to seem impossible that we are the only ones. In 1995, humanity discovered the first planet orbiting another star, a world called 51 Pegasi b. Since then, we've found thousands of exoplanets. Some are scorched gas giants orbiting close to their suns. Others are rocky, Earth-sized worlds sitting in the so-called habitable zone, where temperatures could allow liquid water to exist. Water, simple, clear, and essential, is the one ingredient every form of life we know depends on. So scientists search for it everywhere. Mars, our red neighbor, was once covered with rivers and lakes. The surface today is dry and frozen, but the evidence of its watery past is carved into the landscape. If life ever arose there, even microbial life, it might still hide underground, preserved beneath layers of rock and ice. NASA's rovers, Curiosity, Perseverance, are not just machines. They're detectives searching for chemical fingerprints of ancient life. Beyond Mars, we look to the icy moons of the outer solar system. Europa, a moon of Jupiter, hides a vast ocean beneath its frozen crust. Beneath that ice, warmth from tidal forces may create a world of dark oceans, rich in minerals, perhaps teeming with microscopic life. Saturn's moon Enceladus shoots jets of water vapor into space, tiny samples of a subsurface ocean that could hold the same ingredients found in Earth's own seas. If life can survive in the deep ocean vents here, feeding on chemical energy without sunlight, perhaps it can do so there too. But even if our solar system holds no living neighbors, the search doesn't stop. We now scan distant stars for signs of life, what scientists call biosignatures. We analyze exoplanet atmospheres for hints of oxygen, methane, or other chemicals that shouldn't exist unless something alive is replenishing them. Telescopes like the James Webb Space Telescope are now powerful enough to read the light from alien worlds, pixel by pixel, searching for the breath of life across light years. The ultimate dream is to hear a signal, to detect an unmistakable sign of intelligence. That's the mission of SETI, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. Giant radio dishes around the world, from California to Australia, listen to the sky, scanning for a message that might never come. For decades, they've heard only silence, but silence doesn't mean emptiness. Maybe the signals are too faint, maybe we don't know the right frequency, or maybe, just maybe, civilizations are out there, but they're not talking, or they've already moved beyond communication as we know it. Some scientists argue that intelligent life must be common. After all, the universe is 13.8 billion years old. There has been more than enough time for civilizations to rise, explore, and spread across the stars. If that's true, then where is everyone? This mystery is called the Fermi paradox, named after physicist Enrico Fermi, who famously asked, "Where is everybody?" There are many possible answers. Maybe life is rare, so rare that Earth is a miracle. Maybe life arises often, but intelligent life almost never does. Or perhaps civilizations destroy themselves before they can reach the stars. Nuclear war, climate collapse, artificial intelligence gone wrong. In trying to understand the cosmos, we might also be staring at our own reflection. Others suggest something more unsettling. Maybe the galaxy is full of life, but we're simply too primitive to notice. Ants cannot understand highways. Perhaps we cannot perceive the galactic civilizations around us. Or perhaps advanced life deliberately avoids us, a concept known as the zoo hypothesis, where we are the unknowing subjects of cosmic observation, watched but untouched. Yet life as we know it might just be one kind. What if alien life isn't carbon-based like ours? What if it's made of silicon, or exists in plasma clouds, or even within the hearts of stars? Life could take forms beyond our imagination, intelligent but utterly unlike anything we recognize. Perhaps it communicates through magnetic fields or quantum entanglement. Maybe its thoughts flow like light across entire planets. Still, when we look for life, we look for what we know. We search for Earth-like conditions, warmth, water, and chemistry. But maybe that's our limitation. Life could exist in ammonia seas, methane clouds, or even within the vacuum of space itself, using physics we barely understand. The universe does not owe us familiarity. As our technology improves, our reach grows. The James Webb Space Telescope has already detected chemical traces on exoplanets that could hint at biological activity. Soon, new missions will explore Europa, Enceladus, and Titan, sampling alien oceans and atmospheres directly. Each discovery, each molecule of carbon, each trace of methane brings us closer to the answer humanity has always longed for. But maybe the discovery won't come from space at all. Maybe it will come from data, signals hidden in the static of the cosmos, waiting for an algorithm to notice them. Artificial intelligence is now combing through decades of radio data, searching patterns the human ear cannot detect. Perhaps the first contact won't be with a message we receive, but one we finally recognize. And what happens if we do find life? If tomorrow a radio telescope picks up a structured, repeating signal from a distant star, how would humanity react? Would religions change? Would nations unite? Or would fear and disbelief divide us? The discovery of alien life would not just be a scientific event, it would be a human event. It would redefine our place in the universe. And if we find only microbes, tiny, simple life, it would still be monumental. It would mean that life is not a miracle unique to Earth. It would mean the universe is alive with potential. Every planet, every moon, every cloud of gas could be part of a living cosmos. But if we search for centuries and find nothing, no life, no signal, no whisper, then what does that mean? It might mean we are truly alone, that our fragile blue world is the single oasis in a vast desert of stars. And if that's true, then we have an even greater responsibility to protect life here, because it may be the only life the universe has. The search for alien life is not just about looking outward, it's about looking inward. It reminds us how precious life is, how rare consciousness might be. It asks us to think not just as a species, but as part of a cosmic story billions of years old. Whether we find others or not, the search itself defines us. It is the universe wondering about itself. Maybe one day, far in the future, a signal will come. Maybe we'll receive a pulse of light, a sequence of numbers, a universal greeting written across the stars. Or maybe we'll find evidence of ancient civilizations long gone. Ruins orbiting dead suns, monuments built by hands we will never meet. Or perhaps the universe will remain silent forever. But even in that silence, there's meaning. Because in searching the cosmos, we discover something even greater. The wonder of existence itself. The fact that life, any life, has arisen at all in a universe born from chaos is the greatest miracle imaginable. So we keep listening. We keep looking. With every telescope, every rover, every signal, we ask the same question. Are we alone? And whether the answer comes tomorrow or 1,000 years from now, the search will go on. Because somewhere out there among the stars, maybe another being is asking the same question. And maybe one day across the gulf of space and time, we'll both hear each other's call.